die. Okay, Bismillah. Okay, it's working. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. Can you guys hear me? Instagram here and Facebook down there. The people on Facebook, can you hear me? I don't know why I'm more worried on people of Facebook than Instagram. Instagram, you guys talk all the time. Just starting this meeting on Facebook. So just want to make sure. Assalamu alaikum, my brother or sister, whoever is on Facebook. Can you guys hear me? Guys, Instagram, you can. All right, alhamdulillah. Facebook, if you can type in, if you can hear me. Shamal Haidar, can you please type in if you can hear me, yes or no? Well, if he cannot hear me, how is he going to know yes or no? Right? Can you hear me? Let me type it. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Those on Facebook, can you hear me? Yes? Type please, can you hear me? Brother Rahat Rayan, can you hear me? What's going on with these guys? Yes, okay, alhamdulillah. Alrighty, cool. Bismillah. Allahumma lak alhamd. اللهم لك الحمد. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Somebody wants to join me. Request to be live. Are you sure you want to be live with me? So anyways, Jazakumullah khair, thank you. Welcome. This is our second session about this is something that we just started yesterday, the end of time. Alhamdulillah, yesterday we talked about an intro, and today will be another kind of like an intro, but more into some of the signs of the hereafter, talking about the minor and the major signs. But first, of course, we're going to start talking about the minor signs. As-Sa'a, my brothers and sisters, As-Sa'a, or the hour of the day of judgment. We mentioned yesterday that it is something that is not known to anyone, including prophets, other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who knows, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he said in this hadith reported by Bukhari and narrated by Ibn Umar, he narrates this hadith, Mafatihul Ghaybi Khams. Okay? The Prophet Muhammad says, Mafatihul Ghaybi Khams. The keys to the unseen, to the Ghayb, are 5. And then he narrated the ayah from Surah Luqman, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله عنده علم الساعة إن الله عنده علم الساعة وينزل الغيث ويعلم ما في الأرحام وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت إن الله عليم خبير. Beautiful ayat in Surah Luqman, whereby Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains with regard to these mafatih al-ghayb, with regards to these keys to the unseen. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ. Here it is. Allah Azza wa Jalla has the knowledge of the hour, when it is going to happen. But I did mention yesterday that the Prophet Muhammad told us about signs, which we're going to talk about insha'Allah ta'ala. Signs of the sa'a, signs of the hour. And these signs are split into 2 categories. We have minor signs and major signs. Today I'm going to mention something amazing, right? Some ahadith that we could, in fact, relate to today, inshallah ta'ala, with what's happening, amidst what's happening in the entire world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ. Allah has the knowledge of the hour. That's number 1. Number 2, وَيَنْزِلُ الْغَيْثِ وَيَعْلَمْ وينزل الغيث وينزل الغيث, and Allah Azza wa Jalla, He is the one who sends down the rain. So He knows when the rain will be sent down and when it will not be sent down. وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ, and He knows that which is in the wombs of the mother, right? He knows that which is in the womb. And then subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and a person does not know what he or she will earn tomorrow. You never know. Everything is under the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ, and a person or a soul shall not know when he or she will die, will pass away. So these are some of the ghaib that only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, since we're talking about the ghaib, since we're still talking about the unseen or the hour, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ahzab, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, يسألك الناس عن الساعة قل إنما علمها عند الله وما يدريك لعل الساعة تكون قريبا. Oh Muhammad, they ask you about the hour. يسألك الناس, they ask you about the hour. عن الساعة قل إنما علمها عند الله. Say that the knowledge of it only belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is only Allah who knows when the sa'a will happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says in Surah النازعات بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, يسألونك عن الساعة أيان مرساها فيما أنت من ذكراها إلى ربك منتهاها إنما أنت منذر من يخشى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again telling Prophet Muhammad, يسألونك عن الساعة, they are asking about the hour, about the end of time. عن الساعة أيان مرساها, when it will be, O Muhammad, the sa'a, the hour, the day of judgment, when will that be? فيما أنت من ذكراها. Allah is telling Prophet Muhammad, you have no knowledge of it. You have no knowledge of it. Nobody has the knowledge of it. Jazakumullah khair for those hearts that you keep on sending, whether you're on Facebook or on, Jazakumullah khair. I love you back as well, whether here or there, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فيما أنت من ذكراها إلى ربك منتهاها إنما أنت منذر من يخشاها. What's your job, Muhammad? منذر, inzar, is that you give admonition, you give an advice, you warn people about what's to come, or you warn people about the day of judgment, subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as I mentioned, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us about some signs. علامات, in Arabic we say علامات, علامات or أشراط الساعة, things that happened and things that are happening or probably happening and things that will happen in the future. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given that knowledge, or has given that knowledge of the signs of the hour to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And my brothers and sisters, the ulama, they have split this alamat, as I have mentioned, or the signs, into two types or categories. You have major and minor. We will talk in detail about everything, inshallah ta'ala. You see, it's easy for me to tell you, okay, brothers and sisters, take notes. Here are the major signs, take notes, and here are the minor signs. Minor sign 1, minor sign 2, minor sign 3, 4, 5, and just, that is not the purpose of the series. The purpose of the series is that we build, number one, connection with one another, we build connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost, to understand about, because there are some things that are happening now that we ought not only to know, but to derive lessons from it. Things that are happening now. Subhanallah, Allah Azza wa Jalla, I'm just thinking of something now. I never thought of giving these series of lectures online. Never. Subhanallah. I never thought of starting this series online. In fact, this is a series which is just that I'm working on it. As I go on, as I deliver it on like a day-to-day basis, I go and prepare, and I read and search, and listen. But subhanallah, this coronavirus has put us at home, has quarantined us at home. So that, subhanallah, now, maybe you may say it's a bad thing, but there's also some good things in everything that happens. In everything that happens, there's definitely good and bad things. So my brothers and sisters, Hudayfa ibn Yaman, and remember this name. Remember this name of this Sahabi, Hudayfa ibn Yaman. Hudayfa ibn Yaman is an amazing Sahabi. You know, it's a Sahabi that goes and asks Prophet Muhammad. He says, the Sahaba, they used to ask Prophet Muhammad about good. I used to ask him about evil, fearing that it may happen to me, and how to avoid it. He had the ilm, subhanAllah, when you talk about ilm of the sa'a, or the ilm of tribulations, this Sahabi, Hudayfa ibn Yaman, has narrated the majority of the ahadith. As he said, the Sahaba, they used to ask Prophet Muhammad about good, and they used to ask him about evil and how to avoid it. He says, hadith reported by Bukhari and Muslim, خطبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خطبة ما ترك فيها شيء إلى قيام الساعة إلا وذكرها. He says, one day the Prophet Muhammad عليه الصلاة والسلام, وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته, he says, Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, one day he gave us a khutbah. You know, he stood at the minbar and he was delivering a khutbah, a lecture. He says, about the start of the hour of the Qiyamah. He says that he did not leave anything but he mentioned it regarding the Sa'a, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. علمه من علمه وجهل من جهله, because this was a very long hadith, or not a long khutbah. يعني in another hadith, in another narration, from Fajr until Dhuhr, talking. And then he took and then they came down to pray Dhuhr. And after Dhuhr, the Prophet stood up the minbar, and then he carried on his lecture until Asr. Excuse me. And then he came down to pray Asr. And then he stood up again. And then he carried on after Asr until Maghrib. And after Maghrib, he came down to pray, and then he stood up again, carrying on his khutbah until Isha, all talking about the signs of the hour. So this is why Hudayfa bin Yaman said, whoever has a great intellect will remember the whole thing, and whoever does not have maybe only a weak, not like a great memory, may not able to remember the whole thing. But whosoever has a great memory and a strong memory, he will remember the whole thing. So he said, the hadith that I almost, that I left you guys with yesterday. Remember, yesterday when I said, Udid Sittan, count 6. I have not forgotten. I'm going to mention inshallah ta'ala today. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says in this amazing hadith that I just mentioned about, from morning until, from Fajr until Dhuhr, and from Dhuhr until Maghrib, until Asr, and from Asr until Maghrib, and from Maghrib until Isha, it was reported in Sahih Muslim. It was reported in Sahih Muslim by a man by the name of Abi Zayd Amr ibn Akhtab. Abi Zayd Amr ibn Akhtab. وما هو كائن حين أظهر بالجسد فأخبره بما كان هو وبما كان وما هو كائن فأعلمنا أحفظنا. He says that the Prophet Muhammad, he told us everything regarding or pertinent to the Sa'a, to the hour, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then Auf bin Malik. This is the hadith that I mentioned yesterday, and I paused and I said, I'll finish it today inshallah ta'ala. The hadith is interesting. The hadith is narrated by Amr ibn Auf, or Auf bin Malik, and this hadith is reported by Bukhari. Alright? So this hadith, we apply to it today. What's going on? Maybe some of you may say, oh, this coronavirus, the Prophet has spoke about it already. Well, listen to this. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "U'dud sittan." Mic disturbed, so you don't hear me. You want me to remove the mic? Let me remove the mic.
You can hear me better now. Can you guys hear me now better without the mic? The people in Facebook, they will complain about the mic. Put the mic level down. Okay, well, I removed the mic now. Can you hear me now better? You need to fix the sound. Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Can you hear me better now without the mic? Yes, okay. Well, yes. Okay, alhamdulillah. Much better. All right, cool. So I removed the mic. خلاص خلينا من المايك without mic. Can you hear me fine now? All right, alhamdulillah. جزاكم الله خير. اعدد ستا. Let's count with me together. All right, cool. جزاكم الله خير. I'm so sorry because I'm here and I'm both in Facebook and Instagram, so I'm making sure that, I want this message to reach out everybody, because this is a series which I've never done. It's brand new, and I'm first time doing it online. So, and why I'm doing it on Facebook, because on Facebook it can be saved, whereas on Instagram it's only saved for 24 hours. So it's all clear there, but on Facebook we had some issues, but alhamdulillah it's been solved now. All right, c'est bon. C'est Mr. Uthman. Jazakallah khair. Très bien. Very good. All right. اعدد ستا بين يدي الساعة. The Prophet Muhammad said in this hadith, reported by Bukhari and narrated by Amr ibn Auf, اعدد ستا بين يدي الساعة. Count 6 signs that indicate the approach of the hour. Remember, my brothers yesterday and sisters, yesterday when I mentioned, this hadith, count 6 signs that indicate the approach of the hour. Number 1, the Prophet says, Mawti, my death. And I'm going to talk about this one after another. I'm going to, elaborate, inshallah. Number 1, he says, Mawti, my death. Number 1. Number 2, Fath Bayt al-Maqdis. You guys can tell me whether these signs that the Prophet has spoken about, have they appeared or not yet? Number 1, the death of the Prophet Muhammad. Number 2, the conquest of Jerusalem. The conquest of Jerusalem. Fath Bayt al-Maqdis. Number 3, موتان يأخذ فيكم كقعاص الغنم. موتان يأخذ فيكم كقعاص الغنم. Meaning a plague that will afflict you, that will kill people in great numbers. Here we go. A plague that will inflict you, that will kill people in great numbers. Hadith is in Bukhari. I'm going to explain and elaborate. That's number 3. Number 4, ثم استضافة المال حتى يعطى الرجل 100 دينار فيظل ساخطا. And then number 4, the Prophet says the increase of wealth until you will give a man 100 dinar. 100 dinar is a lot of money at the time. 100 dinar, and then you give it to him, and he wouldn't even want it, and he would not be happy with it. He doesn't need it. That's number 4. Number 5, ثم فتنة لا يبقى بيت العرب إلا دخلت. And then the Prophet says a fitna, a tribulation that would not leave, or that no Arab house will escape from. A fitna, some sort of an affliction that no Arab house, you can add Arab, Pakistani, Indian, Arab or non-Arab, but at the time the Prophet says a fitna, let's just in general say Muslim. A fitna, an affliction that no Arab house will escape from. Okay, just think with me here and be patient with me, because I'm going to explain inshallah ta'ala everything that I'm speaking about. ثم يكون, and this is another beautiful thing the Prophet Muhammad mentioned more than 1400 years back. He says, ثم يكون بينكم, this is number 5, and this is number 6. Number 6, ثم يكون بينكم وبين بني الأصفر هدنة. And then between you and Banu al-Asfar. Banu al-Asfar meaning the Byzantines or the Romans. There will be a truce between you and the Romans. There will be a truce like peace. Truce between you and Banu al-Asfar. The Romans, the Byzantines, you may say today, the Europeans and Americans, you may say, right? But at the time the Prophet says Banu al-Asfar, meaning the Romans. There will be a truce between the believers, the Muslims, and them. فَيَغْدِرُونَ. The Prophet says فَيَغْدِرُونَ. Then they will betray you. They will betray you. فَيَأْتُونَكُمْ تحت 80 غاية أو راية مع كل غاية 12,000. Then the Prophet says, and then they will betray you. So they will come and attack you under 80 flags. 80 flags. Under each flag, 12,000 soldiers. This is, I mentioned a little bit about this particular battle, is Armageddon. Armageddon, yesterday I mentioned a little bit about it, but I'm going to talk more in detail about this. But these are the 6 signs that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has spoken about. Number 1, the death of the Prophet Muhammad alaihi wasallam. I'm going to ask you, sisters and brothers, the death of the Prophet Muhammad alaihi wasallam, has that appeared or not yet? Type yes or no. The death of the Prophet, that's one sign. Has that appeared or not yet? I'm waiting for people to talk back. Appeared. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair, Rana. Revolutionary Dreams. Amazing names. Appeared. Facebook. You guys hear me, right? So has that appeared or no? The death of the Prophet. Yes. Okay, Sajid, yes. Jazakallah khair, Roma, Sayyida, and Farouk, and Rizna, and Sajid Mahmoud. Yes, it has appeared. Yes, Rosali, Jazakallah khair. That's appeared. Of course, we know that Prophet Muhammad, in fact, it is one of the greatest, what was going on today with people, this corona and what's doing, and this people being afflicted with this trial. People have saying that we've never seen something like it before. People who have 50, 60 years, 80 years, we've never seen something like this before. But one of the greatest tribulation or musibah that our ummah has been afflicted with is the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anas radiallahu anhu wardah. Anas, he says in this hadith reported by Tirmidhi, that he says, when Prophet Muhammad لما دخل علينا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المدينة أضاء منها كل شيء. When the Prophet Muhammad first entered Medina, he says, when Prophet Muhammad first entered Medina, he says everything got illuminated. Medina used to be kind of, gloomy, sad. It was filled with diseases. Its name was Yathrib. But when the Prophet entered Medina, it got illuminated, enlightened with the nur of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he says the day when he died, أظلم منها كل شيء. فلما كان يعني يوم الذي مات فيه الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم أظلم منها كل شيء. And then he says the day when the Prophet died, everything became so dark in Medina. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I want everybody to say Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I want everyone to send salah upon Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nabiyyina Muhammad. The Prophet has died, but Islam carries on. Our deen is, alhamdulillah, on until the day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because there'll be another sign, the day when the Kaaba will be destroyed, and the day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send this wind that will take the soul of every believer. So, as for now, this deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remain and will be prevalent until that day. The deen of Islam will be prevalent until that day, insha'Allah ta'ala. Prophet Muhammad has died, but Islam remains. Islam remains, insha'Allah ta'ala. Be proud of who you are, my brothers and sisters. Regardless of what's happening today, regardless of what's happening, always be proud of your religion and be content and be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with whatever you are going through or whatever you have, insha'Allah ta'ala. The second sign the Prophet talked about, he says, Fath Bayt al-Maqdis, the conquest of Al-Quds. The conquest of Al-Quds. Did that happen, yes or no, sisters and brothers? Those of you in Facebook. The conquest of Al-Quds. Jazakallah khair. Marhaba, marhaba. Welcome, all of you. Welcome. The conquest of Al-Quds. Did that happen, yes or no? Sisters and brothers, talk to me. Remember, those of you who know me, I like to engage my audience all the time. But because I'm doing this online, I cannot see you, but I'm only seeing myself. So it's kind of weird, but I want to be able to engage you, inshallah ta'ala. The conquest of Al-Quds, of Jerusalem, did that happen or no? Yes or no? Yes, Walid Khan said yes. Razna said yes. revolution, yes. Rosary, yes. Aqra, yes. You know, and even somebody's giving us Zakallah Khair, Rima Murad. I have no idea. Rima Murad. Okay, Rima Murad. Yes, conquest happened at the time of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu wardah. Naam. It happened, in fact, even twice. It happened at the time or at the era of Umar ibn al-Khattab, and it also happened at the era or the time of who else? Salah ad-Din. Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, remember? That's another Salah ad-Din. So it happened peacefully, and it happened, with war, with a battle. It happened peacefully at the time of the the era of Umar ibn Khattab, and also at the time of Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi. The era of Umar ibn Khattab, when Abu Ubaidah ibn Amr al-Jarrah, Umar ibn Khattab was coming from Medina to Palestine. It's a very long, beautiful hadith. And then he was met by Abu Amr ibn Ubaidah al-Jarrah, who brought him some beautiful clothes and a horse. And he says, why don't you, change your clothes? We don't want people to look at you like this. They're going to hand you the keys to Al-Quds. And the reply of Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu wardah, an amazing reply to him. So anyways, this has happened, or it has appeared. Number 3, mutan, a plague. The Prophet says a plague that would kill, the Prophet ﷺ, people in great number. Did that happen? Yes or no, sisters and brothers? وإياكم جزاك الله خيرا بارك الله فيكم. يا هلا بالخال، هلا بالعم، يا هلا بابن العم، يا هلا بابن العم، الله يحفظك ويبارك فيك، يا هلا ومرحبا. Did the plague موتان، يعني هذا الوباء هل ظهر؟ هذا الوباء هل ظهر؟ Did it appear or no? I'm asking you. Yes, already. Yes, it did happen. Okay, yes, it did happen. When did it happen? Yes, it happened. When did it happen? Brothers in Instagram, when did this plague happen? هذا الطاعون. الطاعون, it happened when? Because the Prophet says it will kill people as the plague kills غنم, like sheep and lambs. It just kills and let them all dead. So when did it happen? Do you know? Does anybody knows? Yes, at the time it happened in طاعون عمواس. It happened in Sham, طاعون عمواس, in the 18th Hijrah. In the 18th of the Hijrah, 18th of the Hijrah, this طاعون or plague called طاعون عمواس in Sham. In Sham, which is what we call today Syria, Jordan. That's what it happened. It killed, brothers and sisters, 25,000 Muslims. 25,000 Muslims. That's how many people it killed, that ta'un, right? And yes, of course, at the date of the Prophet ﷺ. And amongst the people, or amongst the Muslims that died, do you people know? Anybody here? Does anyone know among the people who died? There's some Sahabis. There's some Sahabis who died with there's some Sahabis who died. I mean, this happened, I'm telling you about the very first one. It happened, you don't have to go back to Google to give me the years of when the plague happened. I'm telling you the very first plague that happened. It happened in Amwas, in Sham. It killed 25,000 people. It happened on the 18th year of the Hijrah. And there were some, Amwas, exactly, Amwas. And it killed 25,000 people. Amongst them, there are some Sahabis. There are two main Sahabis that actually died. One of them is Abu Ubaidah. Abu Ubaidah. No, not Umar ibn Khattab. Not Umar ibn Khattab. Mu'ad ibn Jabal. Mu'ad ibn Jabal. Hib al-Rasul, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Habib al-Rasul. He was the beloved of the Prophet. Habib al-Rasul. The beloved of the Prophet, Mu'ad ibn Jabal. He died because he got inflicted with that ta'un, with that amwas, right? With that plague. And also Abu Ubaidah ibn Amr al-Jarrah. He also died because of this ta'un. So, but this happened in the era of Umar ibn Khattab, as some people are saying. Abu Ubaidah, Jazakallah khair. Abu Ubaidah ibn Amr al-Jarrah and Mu'ad ibn Jabal. So that's number 3. So far, 3 signs have already appeared. Number 4, istidafat al-mal. wealth will increase so much that it will be so much of a surplus, people will not care about money no more. Okay, sisters and brothers, did that happen? True, one of the mubasharin, one of the ashara mubashara. Okay, Rana said no. There's too much money, surplus, and people will not care. Did that happen? One sister said no. Istidafat al-mal. Did it happen though? I'm asking. Okay, Firdaus said it hasn't happened yet. And what somebody's saying it, yes, it happened. Sulaiman is saying it's happened, but his wife said no. Rana, did I tell you yesterday, follow your husband and listen to him? I told you yesterday, listen to your husband. All right. So someone saying no and someone saying yes. I would say one brother is smart. He says, I would say yes. Because if he's wrong, he says what I thought. I would say yes. Good job, Brother Sadiq. It did happen. It did happen actually. Reported by Bukhari, said this hadith. Bukhari, Adi ibn Hatim, he narrates this very long hadith. The name, Adi ibn Hatim, he says, one day we were sitting with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then he started complaining to the Prophet. This Sahabi started complaining to the Prophet. And then the Prophet told him, هل رأيت الحيرة? Have you seen this place? Have you seen this place? The Prophet says, لَإِن طَالَتْ بِكَ الْحَيَاةِ لَتَرَيِنَّ الضَّعِينَ. He says, if you were to live long, then the Prophet is telling Adi, he says, if you were to have a long lifespan, if you were to live long, you shall see الضَّعِينَ. What's الضَّعِينَ? الضَّعِينَ is a woman who gives her baby in this howdaj. Howdaj is that little, almost like a tent-looking type of, it's like a tent that they used to put on or mount on the camels, right? They used to mount a tent on a mountain for the woman, when they're traveling, for the woman to sit in. So that's called ad-da'ina. He says, I'm going to tell you what happened. Some people are asking me what time it happened. I'll tell you. And then the Prophet will tell him, you will see ad-da'ina. You will see this woman. She will come out from al-Hira, somewhere in Yemen, and she will travel all the way to Mecca to make tawaf, and nobody will harm her. It will be so peaceful. It will be so peaceful for the woman to travel on her own, on her camel, on her howdaj, all the way from Yemen, all the way to Mecca, and she, no bandits, no thieves, nobody will attack her. There will be so much peace. He says, if you were to live, and there'll be a time where there will be so much peace. And then وَلَتُفْتَحُنَّ كُنُوزَ كِسْرَى. And then he says, you will, as you will conquer Persia, and you will take the treasures of their leader at the time, Kisra. And he says, وَلَإِنْ طَالَتْكَ الْحَيَاةِ لَا تَرَيْنَّ الرَّجُلْ يَخْرُجْ مَلِيءَ كَفِّهِ مِنْ ذَهَبٍ أو فضة فلا يجد أحدا يقبله منه. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet is saying amazing things. He's saying, and then if you were to live long, you shall see a time where a man will come out to the streets, his hand filled with gold and silver, wants to give it out as a charity, as sadaqah. He says he will find nobody who would want to take the sadaqah. Brothers and sisters, it happened. When it happened at the era or the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he only ruled for 2 years. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz only ruled for 2 years. In that 2 years, peace spread so much that they did not need no shepherd. No shepherd was needed. The cattle will be there on its own, and they would not need no shepherd, no dogs, because the wolf would not come to attack the cattle, the sheep. So much amn, so much security. And there was so much surplus of wealth, that people would not find, like the Beit al-Mal. Beit al-Mal is the bank of the Muslims. It will have so much surplus. No Muslims, non-Muslims, both. Nobody would come to take money because people live in they were so wealthy that they did not need any money from the bank. So much so that at the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, anybody who wants to get married, he will marry, using the wealth of Bayt al-Mal from the Muslims, from the wealth of the Bayt al-Mal. Anybody who wants to travel for Hajj, doesn't have money, come, we'll give you money to travel for Hajj. If you have any debt, you cannot pay it, come, take money, to pay your debt. Nobody will come to take no money. Why? Because everybody had more than enough. So this sign also happened, sisters and brothers. It did happen. So far, all these signs have happened, or have happened. And then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also talked about fitna, another fitna, a tribulation or an affliction that no Arab house will escape from. Brothers and sisters, now I'm asking another question. The Prophet is talking about this fitna, this tribulation that no Arab house, let's say today, no Muslim house will escape from. Has this happened? Has this happened? فتنة لا يبقى بيت في الأرض إلا ودخلته. Has it happened? Now you're scared to tell me yes or no. So far, all of them have happened. All the signs I've mentioned have happened. The Prophet mentioned Arab, right? But today we could say the Muslims. Yeah, I think yes. You said I think yes. This one we may say Allahu A'lam. Yes, could be yes, could be not be yes, because you may say maybe social media, fitna, maybe the news, maybe music, maybe movies, maybe TV, internet could be fitna. Allahu A'lam. Allahu A'lam. But the Prophet says a fitna, an affliction or a tribulation that no Arab house will escape from. That's number 5. And then number 6, the Prophet says, ثُمَّ تَكُونُ هُدْنَةً. And then a truce will happen between you and the Romans. This hadith I mentioned yesterday. And I will come back to it to talk about it in details, inshaAllah ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, my brother Ibrahim, the Muslims in Spain, the wealth was massive as well. At the time. Jazakallah khair. Very true. You're very true. But not more than the people that at the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he was very well known. It was actually known amongst the ulama and the historians. They were talking about the justice at the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. But very true, my brother Ibrahim. Absolutely. We said that the signs are split into minor and major. Let me share with you this amazing hadith, which I'm going to keep talking back about, inshallah ta'ala, more and more and more. The hadith is reported in Sahih Muslim and narrated by Hudayfa ibn Asid al-Ghifari. Please listen to this hadith before you jump out of here. Please listen to this amazing hadith. I'm almost done, inshallah ta'ala. If you can give me another 5-10 minutes, and then I'll be done, inshallah ta'ala. The Prophet Muhammad, so far is 36 minutes or so. The Prophet Muhammad says, this is Hudayfa, he's narrating hadith. اطلع علينا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ونحن نتذاكر. He says the Prophet came one day, and we were talking, as the Sahaba, they were discussing. He says, فيما تذاكرون. Then the Prophet asked the question, what are you guys talking about? What are you people talking about? Then they said, قالوا نذكر الساعة يا رسول الله. Imagine people what they're talking about. Ya Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, we're talking about the hour. We're talking about the hour. And then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, إنها لن تقوم حتى ترون قبلها 10 آيات. He says this sa'a, the hour, it will not start until you see 10 signs. 10 signs. And then he mentioned number 1. Are you writing things down? Are you, I don't know, I hope you are, because this is really interesting, amazing, in fact, information, not just interesting. So people try to take notes, if you may, inshallah ta'ala. I would really appreciate if you could do that. The Prophet mentioned 10 signs. He says, in this sequence, he mentioned ad-dukhan, the smoke. And I'm going to talk about each one in detail, inshallah ta'ala. Number 1, he mentioned ad-dukhan, smoke. Number 2, he mentioned Ad-Dajjal. I'm going to talk about this again in detail. Ad-Dajjal. جزاك الله خير. ما شاء الله عليك سمية. بارك ما شاء الله عليك. Ad-Dabba, the animal. He mentioned the animal. عليكم السلام صوفيا. Gomez Chaudhry. طلوع الشمس من مغربها. The sun rising from the west. يأجوج and مأجوج. Gogs and Magogs. 5. 3 خسوف. خسوف بالمشرق, خسوف بالمغرب, وخسوف بجزيرة العرب. I'm going to talk about this خسوف and what the meaning of خسوف. 3 types. And then the last thing he says, وآخر ذلك نار تخرج من اليمن وفي رواية من قعر عدن تطرد الناس إلى محشرهم. Right? He says, and the very last thing will be a fire, a huge fire that will come out from Yemen. In another narration, from the depth of Aden, Aden, which is the capital of Yemen. It will, push people back into their homes, into Mahshari. So these are the signs that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions with regard to al-alamat al-kubra, al-alamat, the major signs. And I mentioned something yesterday, sisters and brothers, that there are some minor signs that will appear, of course, before major signs, and there are some minor signs that would actually happen in parallel with major signs. So there's a minor sign that will come together with major sign, and I will explain everything. I will explain Allah Ta'ala, everything in detail. So you will have a minor sign, and then a minor sign along with major sign, and then you will have all the major signs happening, and then a minor sign will come at the very end. You see, after all the major signs happening, then you have a minor sign happening, and I will explain all that inshallah ta'ala. And by the way, in this another hadith, these major signs, sisters and brothers, it's like وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. هذا يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام، هذه الأمارات زي خرزات أو منظومات في سلك، لئن تقطع السلك تتبع بعضها بعضا. Meaning that these signs are like beads that are attached to a string. Once this string is cut, the beads will fall off one after the other, just like the major signs happening. When a major sign happens, like one comes, the others will follow one after another. I don't know if I should carry on or stop here, because there's one hadith I want to mention, and if you tell me to stop, I will stop and carry on tomorrow. If you want me to carry on and just finish this hadith, I will carry on just to finish this hadith. I need your permission. Nice catch. So, okay, carry on. Okay, I'll carry on. Just the hadith, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair. The hadith. This is about these minor signs. Abu Dawood, he narrates, or he reports that Thawban, he mentions this hadith. Thawban, he narrates that the Prophet Muhammad says, Sayati, and brothers, please listen to me, and sisters, because I'm going to ask you a question after this. The Prophet Muhammad says, Sayati ala nas sanawat khadda'at. The Prophet Muhammad says, years of treachery will come. Years of treachery will come. سنوات خداعات يصدق فيها الكاذب ويكذب فيها الصادق. يعني the liar will be regarded as honest, and the honest will be regarded as liar. So in these years, and this is definitely one of the signs of minor signs which are happening today. The liar will appear like he is honest, and the one who's honest will appear like he's a liar. I'm not going to mention no name of a president, or we're just going to start from home. I'm not going to say this president or that president or this king or that king. when they speak and give speeches. A liar will be regarded as honest, and the honest will be regarded as and the liar will appear or will be regarded as honest, and the one who's honest will be regarded as the years of deception. And then the Prophet Muhammad says, وَيُكَذَّبُ فِيهَا الصَّادِقُ وَيُؤْتَمَنُ فِيهَا الْخَائِنُ. And he says the faithful will be regarded as traitor, and the traitor will be regarded as the opposite, as a faithful. So the faithful will be regarded as traitor, and the traitor will be regarded as faithful. Things are opposites. وَيَنْطِقُ فِيهَا الرُّوَيْبِضَةُ قالوا وما الرويبضة يا رسول الله قال السفيه التافه السفيه يتكلم في أمر العامة. The Prophet says, and then the Ruwaybida will talk. And who's the Ruwaybida? They said, Ya Rasulullah, who's the Ruwaybida? The Ruwaybida is the vile and base man who will control the affairs of the people. The evil guy, the vile base man, the ignorant, the jahil, will control the affairs of the people. Brothers and sisters, by Allah, I'm asking you, do we see these things today in our time? Do we see it today in our time? These things that the Prophet has mentioned in this hadith by Abu Dawood, narrated by Thawban. Do we see it today? Do we see liar being regarded as honest, and honest being regarded as liar, and the one who's truthful being regarded as a traitor, and traitor is regarded as truthful? Wal-iyadu billah. We don't need to go, like I mentioned, we don't need to go and talk about leaders. We can just talk about, even us here, sisters and brothers, true. But I want to end, inshaAllah ta'ala, with this, so that when you go home, you are home. When you go home, you are home. You are home. I want to end with some hope, inshaAllah ta'ala, great hope, that the Prophet Muhammad says, hadith reported by At-Tabarani. It is a sound hadith and narrated by Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman. لا يبلغن هذا الأمر ما بلغ الليل والنهار ولا يترك الله بيت مدر ولا وبر إلا أدخله الله هذا الدين بعز عزيز أو بذل ذليل. I want to end with this hadith. That's it. The Prophet Muhammad says that لا يبلغن هذا الأمر, that this matter of Islam will reach the four corners of the world. There will not be one single house, whether in the east or west or north or south, that will not have heard of something called Al-Islam. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet has told us about this, that لا يبلغن هذا الأمر, regardless of what happens, this matter of Al-Islam will reach the four corners of the world peacefully, not by war, not by weapons and whatnot. No, this matter of Al-Islam, alhamdulillah, inshaAllah, will reach the four corners of the world. لا يبلغن هذا الدين ما بلغ الليل والنهار ولا يترك الله بيت مدر ولا وبر إلا أدخله الله هذا الدين بعز عزيز أو بذل ذليل. That whatever, that this matter of Islam will reach the four corners of the world, there will not be one single house left out that has not heard of something called Al-Islam. La ilaha illallah. And this deen will reach the four corners of the world. But some will believe and some would not. Some would believe and some would not. But the message will come across, insha'Allah ta'ala. There is another hadith. There is another hadith so beautiful. Can I go on? Can I? One hadith. Beautiful hadith. Beautiful. Amazing hadith. Huh? Can I? Yes, definitely. Can I? No? No. خلاص جزاكم الله خير بارك الله فيكم. It's okay. No more. خلاص. Two more inshallah ta'ala. خلاص, we'll finish here inshallah ta'ala. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless you. It's all right. Thank you, Sister Sophia Gomez Chaudhry, Badr Rahat, Sajida, Rana, Revolutionary, and Sanju, all of you. Yes, of course. Jazakallah khair. No, tomorrow inshallah ta'ala. Tomorrow inshallah ta'ala, we'll be talking about more about those minor signs signs that has appeared or that have appeared, things that we are in fact living and witnessing today. A lot of things that we are witnessing today. And so that I can move on to major signs. But remember what I mentioned earlier. I just don't want to go and tell you, or start enumerating the signs, and then you can just type, okay, sign number 1, sign number 2, sign number 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you just people. No, I don't want to give you that information. The purpose is not to give you information. The purpose is to ponder, is to think, is to say, am I responsible about what's happening? I could be responsible. Yes, I am responsible about what's happening. Am I, my children, my spouse, my family, are we responsible? Is the ummah at large responsible about what's happening? Because my brothers and sisters, Ahl al-Ilm, they say, ما نزل ابتلاء أو بلاء ما نزل بلاء إلا بمعصية ولا يرفع إلا بتوبة. ما نزل بلاء إلا بمعصية ولا يرفع إلا بتوبة. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that any calamity that this ummah has been afflicted with, it only comes through sin that people are committing, and it can only be uplifted by means of repentance. So whatever we're witnessing today from this virus and whatnot, it is because of people's sins. It is people's sins. Because Asma, she asked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because you may say, Wallahi, I'm fine, I'm good, my children are good. But listen to what Asma asked Prophet Muhammad. Ya Rasulullah, anuhlak wa fina as-salihun? Because some of you may be asking that question. Anuhlak wa fina as-salihun? Will we be destroyed also, or will we be affected? Even salihun, righteous people, live amongst us. We still can be distracted. We still can be afflicted or inflicted with this. The Prophet says, yes, إذا كثر الخبث. Yes, if evil spreads, yes, even if amongst you are the righteous, you will be affected with these types of diseases or wabas or pandemics or epidemic. May Allah save us all, sisters and brothers. May Allah bless us all. Jazakumullah khair, sisters and brothers. Any questions, inshallah ta'ala, I'm here. I'm so happy that the brothers and sisters from Facebook are communicating with me, mashallah, because yesterday we had an issue with, I could not see their mashallah, their comments. Now, 145 comments, mashallah, on Facebook. Instagram, jazakumullah khair. Any questions? May Allah bless you all. Barakallahu fikum. Any questions? If not, inshallah ta'ala, we'll end with a dua. Quickly, a quick dua, inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Allahumma hdina fi man hadayt, wa afina fi man afayt, wa tawallana fi man tawallayt, wa barik lana fi ma a'tayt, wa qina wasrif anna sharra ma qadayt, fa innaka taqdi bil haqqi wa la yuqda alayk, innahu la ya'izzu man adayt, wa la yadhillu man walayt, tabarakta rabbana wa ta'alayt. Allahumma hdina wa hdi bina waj'alna sababan liman hada. Allahumma irfa' maqtaka wa ghadabaka 'anna. Allahumma ya hafiz ihfadna. Allahumma ihfadna. Allahumma ihfadna. Allahumma ihfadna. اللهم احرسنا بعينك التي لا تنام واكنفنا بكنفك الذي لا يرام. اللهم احفظنا في أبداننا واحفظنا في أسماعنا واحفظنا في أبصارنا. اللهم احفظنا في أبداننا وفي أسماعنا وفي أبصارنا. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا. اللهم ارفع هذا الوباء عنا. اللهم ارفع هذا الوباء عنا. اللهم ارفع هذا الوباء عنا يا رب العالمين يا أرحم الراحمين. Don't let anyone who is here today amongst us, online or not online, all these brothers and sisters who are here watching and listening, Ya Rabbi, don't let them come out from here. Don't let them log out from their phones or devices unless and until you have forgiven all of them. Don't let anyone come out from here unless and until you have forgiven them. Ya Rabbi, protect them and protect their loved ones. Protect us all, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen, from this harm, from this evil, from this pandemic. Protect our loved ones, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen, and those amongst the Muslims who are unbelievers and those people who are sick. We ask you to grant them shifa. We ask you to grant them the healing. We ask you to grant them the cure. We ask you to grant them the cure because there is no one who can grant them the cure other than you, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen. Ya Arham ar-Rahimin, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen, guide us all. Guide us all, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen. We confess our sins and we are honestly, all of us, Ya Rabbi al-Alameen, coming towards you with a heart filled with sorrow and sadness Ya Rabbi, we are repenting to you as of today, as of now, as of this moment, Ya Rabbil Alameen. We are all repenting to you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Accept our repentance and remove this calamity from us, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Remove it and cleanse the earth from this calamity, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. We are repenting to you, and we promise, as much as we try and we can, Ya Rabbil Alameen, we promise to stay away from any evil and to stay away from any sin, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, keep your promise. Keep your promise. Here we are invoking you. Keep your promise. Answer our supplication. Answer our supplication, because this is your promise. Your promise is, if we were to invoke you, you shall accept our promise, our dua. Here we are making dua, and you are the one who will answer this dua, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Rabbi, protect us and hasten, Ya Rabbil Alameen, the shifa, and hasten, Ya Rabbil Alameen, the removal of this calamity, of this pandemic. Remove it, Ya Rabbil Alameen, because there's no one who can remove it other than you. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad kama sallayta ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidun Majid. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Jazakumullah khair, sisters and brothers. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, and I shall see you tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, at 6:30, inshallah. What is the difference between wa and ta'un? Waba. It's pretty much is the same meaning, right? Waba in Arabic, or ta'un is like the plague. Waba could be a plague or any particular sick, because there's many types of plagues. Right? There's not only one type, there's many types of plagues. So it could be a plague or any sickness or disease or danger or evil that would be inflicted of the ummah and cause lots of death. That's what it is, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Sisters from Facebook, Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yes, I will talk about the Mahdi as well. I will talk about the Mahdi. I will talk about. No. I will talk about that. Yeah, the brother is asking about will be allowed. Allahu A'lam. It's too early. It's too early to mention about Hajj, right? Inshallah ta'ala, I'm very optimistic. There will be Hajj, inshallah ta'ala, this year. Bi-idhnillah. I'm very optimistic. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair. Sajid Anjum. Is Daru Tanjina recommendation to recite more and more during this time? Na'am, definitely. This is one of the best times to make dua and to make lots of salah upon Prophet Muhammad. Definitely. This is the best time to make salah upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So do that, inshallah ta'ala. Right? I just did. Jazakallah khair, Shaykhna, mashallah. Shaykh Yusuf is here. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless you, Shaykhna. Jazakallah khair. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless you and protect you and protect your loved ones, Shaykh Yusuf. Jazakallah khair, Shaykhna. It's an honor. I have not seen you since I remember back in Norway, Sheikh. If you remember, in Norway. The very, the last time when we met, and I will forget, having breakfast together and going out in the when we were in the town, the city of Oslo, and we were going and doing some recording, if you remember, Sheikh. So may Allah Azza wa Jal bless you, Sheikh, and may Allah reward you. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant you success in this life and the life of the hereafter. Jazakumullah khair. Barakallahu feekum. Thank you all. I'll see you, inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow, bi-idhnillah. Same time, same place. Don't leave home. Same time, same place. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.